on, guys? I've had a few people on social media and on YouTube ask what I'm going to be doing with my old system and if I'm selling it. So I sold my last editing station actually on YouTube, and I sold it to a guy in Canada, and I can't believe I didn't even think about offering it to you guys first. I've got it listed on Craigslist right now, let's just get into some of these specs. I don't want to waste anybody's time. The case is an Elite 110 series from Cooler Master, as you can see right there. The power supply is the EVGA NEX 650G. This is an 80 plus gold 650 watt power supply. For cooling, we use liquid cooling using the Corsair H100i V2. And the motherboard is an ASRock X370. This is an ITX motherboard. For video, we have the GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. This is a mean video card. For the processor, we have the Ryzen 7 1800X. This processor is 8 cores, 16 threads, 3.6 gigahertz base clock with a 4 gigahertz precision boost. It is overclockable, and with liquid cooling, you should have no problem doing that. For the processor, we have the Samsung Evo 960. This is the NVMe. This is an M.2 drive. This thing is ridiculously fast, and it is a 1 terabyte drive. For the memory, I went with some very expensive Trident Z. This is, what is this? Let's zoom in a little bit here because I forgot what it was. DDR4 3333, PC4 26600. This is a matched pair of 16 gigs by 2, so that is 32 gigs of the Trident Z. And I don't have all of my receipts for this build, and I tried looking them up on Newegg, and unfortunately I can't find everything, but I do have some. Like, I've got the receipt here for $356.89 for the 1 terabyte Samsung 960. I've got the receipt for the thermal compound from Newegg, which I used Arctic Silver 5 high-density polysynthetic silver thermal compound. This is really good compound. I have the receipt for the memory, which was 501.19. I have the receipt for the motherboard, which is 155.58. But aside from that, I can't remember where I purchased the processor. I don't remember where I got the 1080 Ti. It is what it is. Regardless of the receipts, the computer's right here. This is what it looks like. This is a very small form factor. Got some of these little stickers here. Not that they really matter much, but this thing has filters everywhere. This front panel comes off, and you've got a dust filter right here and a big fan to keep things cool. Let's see if I can do this one-handed here. Difficult to do one-handed, guys. You've got another dust filter on the right side, right here, and here's a dust filter. You have another dust filter on the left side, right here. As you can see, there's a tiny bit of dust buildup right there. There is another filter. I'm not going to turn it over, but back here, there's a dust filter at the very bottom for the power supply unit. You've got one see-through window, and the H100i lights up and says Corsair right there. The GeForce lights up over here. This is the 1080 Ti. And for expansion ports, here's what we got on the back. Here is the back of the machine. You've got your 4 ports over here for video, and I've been using DisplayPort 1.2, so you've got 3 display ports, you've got 1 HDMI port, we have 2 wireless antenna connectors. I can't guarantee that I have the antennas for those, but I'm sure I do. I'm sure I can find them. If not, I can always just order them. You have a digital out. You have like your surround sound, if you're going to use that built in. We have USB 3.0 ports here. We have a USB 3.0 port here. We've got a USB 3.0 Type-C here. We've got your gigabit LAN. We've got your USB 2.0s here. Your basic and pre-installed with the motherboard video right here. You've got your mouse and keyboard port right here. Pretty basic stuff. You got your power supply on and off switch. That's pretty much it. So what I'm doing is I'm selling the machine. If you want all the boxes and stuff, you can have them. Just keep in mind that's gonna raise the shipping price, but you know, whatever. I'll send the boxes, the computer, whatever paperwork comes all with it. I've got a mouse, which is just a generic mouse. You may or may not want. It's a USB mouse. This is my Microsoft Natural keyboard. This goes with it too. This is a wired Natural keyboard. So basically everything from here over is going. I've got it listed for $25. I spent more than that building it, but you know, it is what it is. So feel free to think it over. This is my new setup right here. Like I said, I switched to a Mac, and so far things are going okay. It's a learning curve, but I think once I get the hang of it, you know, this is my new setup. We've got the MacBook Pro. This is the Retina. I've got this little stand that I just got for it, which I love to help keep it cool instead of sitting flat on the bottom. I've got it in clamshell mode. We've got the Belkin. This is like a USB hub. This thing does everything from DisplayPort, all my USBs, audio out, Ethernet, everything right here. So anytime I need my computer, I can just unplug those two little plugs, pull it and take it. There's the new keyboard, the new mouse, still using my original 4K display. So that's why I'm getting rid of this, because I have produced a couple videos on the Mac, and the Mac blows videos out at like 1 minute, 1.5 minutes it'll produce one of my videos. Whereas this thing, it could take 10 plus minutes. And it's not, the thing is, it's not the hardware. There's nothing wrong with the computer hardware. I kept having issues with Adobe. Adobe Premiere Pro just kept giving me problems to the point I was done with it. And I switched to Apple because, you know, rumor has it Apple just works. And so far it does. It's efficient, it works well, and it doesn't require a powerhouse of hardware to get the job done. So this is a badass computer. It really is. I've got no issue with the computer or the hardware. This is a great computer. It's wiped out. It comes with Windows 10 Pro. That's registered, licensed. It's good to go. It's a fresh install. Everything is wiped out fresh, done right. It's ready for a new owner. So if you're interested, hit me up below. I've got it listed at $2,500. I'm sure we can work something out. Comment below. Or send me an email. Uberman YouTube, UbermanYoutube at cox.net if you're interested. And we'll figure something out. Take it easy, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.